Rachael Kirkconnell reveals doing podcast to stand up for herself. February 12, 2025. Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Rachael Kirkconnell is going through a dark time in her life. Bachelor Matt James ended their relationship nearly a month ago and then proceeded to share it all on social media just 3 hours after it happened. A blindsided Rachael did not even have time to process the split before it was put in front of the world to see. She made the decision to go on the Call Her Daddy podcast, where she cleared up a lot of rumors floating around. Now she's sharing why she did it and how she is feeling now. What did she say? Keep reading to get all the details. Rachael Kirkconnell reveals why she did podcast. Rachael Kirkconnell was not expecting her relationship with Bachelor Matt James to end so abruptly while on a trip to Japan. She first went on the Call Her Daddy podcast where she spilled all the tea about her breakup with Matt. Now she's had even more time to process the split and is sharing how she's doing with people. Rachael reiterated that she was surprised by their breakup. She said, "The whole thing's just been really weird because 1, I didn't expect anything at all. Then 2, just the way he went about it and the way it was so public was really hard to deal with and go through the motions. It was one of those things where I'm not registering." As she continues to go through the motions and try to move on, Rachael also shared why she went on the podcast. She said she realized a lot of women could relate to what she was going through. She also went on there to stand up for herself, find closure, and try to move on. Plus, she knows that a lot of fans were invested in their relationship, and she felt they deserved some answers. How she's spending Valentine's Day. Rachael Kirkconnell revealed in a previous interview how she plans on spending Valentine's Day. She is planning on heading to Las Vegas with some friends. Really, Rachael just wants to distract herself, which is also why she says she has been into reading books. She's avoiding rom-com movies for now until she is able to move forward after her breakup. As for Matt, he bought a one-way ticket to Kenya. What do you think about Rachael opening up more about her split from Matt after a 4-year relationship? Stay tuned for more updates on all your Bachelor Nation favorites. We're diving into a topic that has Bachelor Nation buzzing. Rachael Kirkconnell's shocking breakup with Matt James and her decision to tell her side of the story on the Call Her Daddy podcast. Rachael has been going through one of the most challenging times in her life, and she felt compelled to set the record straight. What led to her decision to speak out? How is she handling life post-breakup? Keep reading to get all the details. Rachael Kirkconnell opens up about the breakup. Rachael Kirkconnell and Matt James seem to be one of the strongest couples to emerge from the Bachelor franchise. After weathering controversies, public scrutiny, and years of speculation about their relationship, fans were shocked when Matt announced their split in a social media post just 3 hours after it happened. Rachael, blindsided and heartbroken, barely had time to process the breakup before it was shared with the world. In her interview on Call Her Daddy, Rachael revealed just how unexpected the breakup was. The couple had been on a trip to Japan, a place they had both dreamed of visiting together. According to Rachael, things seemed normal until they weren't. She recalled, "The whole thing's just been really weird because 1, I didn't expect anything at all. Then 2, just the way he went about it and the way it was so public was really hard to deal with and go through the motions. It was one of those things where I'm not registering." For Rachael, it wasn't just about the heartbreak of losing Matt. It was about the way he handled it. The public nature of their split left her feeling vulnerable, exposed, and struggling to find her footing. In the days that followed, rumors ran wild, and speculation about what led to the breakup took over social media. Rachael decided she couldn't stay silent. Why she chose to speak out. With Bachelor Nation dissecting every aspect of her relationship, Rachael knew she needed to regain control of her own narrative. That's why she made the bold decision to appear on Call Her Daddy, a podcast known for its no-holds-barred discussions about love, sex, and relationships. She explained her reasoning, saying, "I know I'm not the only woman who has gone through this, being blindsided, having someone you love just walk away without an explanation, and then being left to deal with the aftermath alone. If my story can help even one person feel less alone, it's worth telling." Rachael emphasized that the podcast wasn't about bashing Matt, despite how much pain he had caused her. Instead, she wanted closure. She also knew that Bachelor Nation had invested in their love story and deserved some honesty about what had happened. She said, "We shared so much of our relationship publicly. I felt like disappearing without saying anything would only add to the confusion. I wanted to be honest about my feelings and my experience." Her reaction to Matt's social media post. Rachael also addressed Matt's decision to announce their split online so soon after it happened. She admitted she was hurt, calling it a betrayal of trust. "We were together for 4 years. I thought I deserved at least a private conversation before the whole world knew. It just felt like I didn't matter in the end." She went on to say that the post itself was misleading. "When I read what he wrote, I thought, this isn't even the full story. It painted a picture that wasn't accurate, and I didn't want people assuming things that weren't true." How she's coping. Since the breakup, Rachael has been focusing on healing. She admitted that the first few weeks were extremely difficult. "I was in a dark place. I didn't want to leave my house. I didn't want to see anyone. Everything reminded me of him." To help herself move forward, she's been leaning on her friends and family. She's also thrown herself into new hobbies, including reading, traveling, and self-care. "Honestly, books have been a lifesaver. They help me escape and take my mind off everything." One thing she's avoiding: romantic comedies. "I can't do it right now. Maybe one day, but not yet." Valentine's Day plans. With Valentine's Day around the corner, Rachael has decided to embrace single life. Instead of spending the day mourning her lost relationship, she's heading to Las Vegas with her closest friends. "I want to be surrounded by people who love me, who make me laugh, who remind me that life goes on." As for Matt, he reportedly bought a one-way ticket to Kenya. What's next for Rachael? While she's still healing, Rachael isn't ruling out love in the future. She's keeping an open mind, but isn't in a rush. "I know my worth now more than ever. The next person I let into my life has to treat me with the respect I deserve." She's also focusing on personal growth and new opportunities. Could we see her in another reality TV show? Never say never, she teased. Final thoughts. Rachael Kirkconnell's decision to speak out was about more than just setting the record straight. It was about reclaiming her voice. In a world where breakups are often reduced to social media headlines, she reminded us that real people with real feelings are behind those stories. What do you think about Rachael opening up more about her split from Matt after a 4-year relationship? Let me know in the comments, and stay tuned for more updates on all your Bachelor Nation favorites.